welcome on my channel. Today I want to talk about how Israel uses AI to target people in Gaza and how they utilize AI algorithms and for what purposes. Artificial intelligence has increasingly become a critical component in modern military strategies, offering transformative capabilities in defense operations around the world. So we can see that artificial intelligence right now we can use for cyber defense, logistics and supply chain management, threat detection and situational awareness, for simulation and training, facial recognition and surveillance, and this only those things for military. Israel accused of using AI to target thousands in Gaza as killer algorithms outpace international law. The Israel army used a new artificial intelligence system to generate lists of tens of thousands of human targets for potential airstrikes in Gaza, according to a report published last week. The report comes from the non-profit outlet It's Plus 972 magazine, which is run by Israeli and Palestinian journalists. The report cites interviews with 6 unnamed sources in Israel intelligence. The sources claim the system known as Lavender was used with other AI systems to target and assassinate suspected militants, many in their own homes, causing large numbers of civilian casualties. According to another report in The Guardian based on the same sources as the Plus 972 report, one intelligence officer said the system made it easier to carry out large numbers of strikes because the machine did it coldly. As militaries around the world race to use AI, these reports show us that it may look like machine speed warfare with limited accuracy and little human oversight, with a high cost for civilians. Military AI in Gaza is not new. The Israel Defense Force denies many of the claims in these reports. In a statement to The Guardian, it said it doesn't use an artificial intelligence system that identifies terrorist operatives. It said Lavender is not an AI system but simply a database whose purpose is to cross-reference intelligence sources. But in 2021, the Jerusalem Post reported an intelligence official saying Israel had just won its first AI war, an earlier conflict with Hamas, using a number of machine learning systems to sift through data and produce targets. In the same year, a book called The Human-Machine Team, which outlined a vision of AI-powered warfare, was published under a pseudonym by an author recently revealed to be the head of the key Israel clandestine intelligence unit. Last year, another Plus 972 report said Israel also uses an AI system called Hapsora to identify potential militant buildings and facilities to bomb. According to the report, Hapsora generates target almost automatically, and one former intelligence officer described it as a mass assassination factory. Death by algorithm. Several countries are turning to algorithms in search of a military edge, and the US military's Project Maven supplies AI targeting that has been used in the Middle East and Ukraine. China too is rushing to develop AI systems to analyze data, select targets, and aid in decision-making. Proponents of military AI algorithms will enable faster decision-making, greater accuracy, and reduced casualties in warfare. Yet last year, Middle East Eye reported an Israel intelligence office said having a human review every AI-generated target in Gaza was not feasible at all. Another source told Plus 972 they personally would invest 20 seconds for each target, being merely a rubber stamp of approval. The Israeli Defense Force responds to the most recent report says analysts must conduct independent examinations in which they verify that the identified targets meet the relevant definitions in accordance with international law. As for accuracy, the latest Plus 972 report claims Lavender automates the process of identification and cross-checking to ensure a potential target is a senior Hamas military figure. According to the report, Lavender loosened the targeting criteria to include lower-ranking personnel and weaker standards of evidence and made errors in approximately 10% of cases. The report also claims one Israeli intelligence officer said that due to the very steady system, targets would be bombed in their homes without hesitation as a first option, leading to civilian casualties. The Israeli army says it outright rejects the claim regarding the policy to kill tens of thousands of people in their homes. What the rules for military of AI? As military use of AI becomes more common, ethical, moral, and legal concerns have largely been an afterthought. There are so far no clear, universally accepted, or legally binding rules about military AI. The United Nations has been discussing lethal autonomous weapons system for more than 10 years. These are devices that can make targeting and tracking decisions without human input, sometimes known as killer robots. Last year saw some progress. The UN General Assembly voted in favor of a new draft resolution to ensure algorithms must not be in full control of decisions involving killing. Last October, the US also released a declaration on the responsible military use of AI and autonomy, which has since been endorsed by 50 other states. The first summit on the responsible use of military AI was held last year too, co-hosted by the Netherlands and the Republic of Korea. Overall, international rules over the use of military AI are struggling to keep pace with the fervor of states and army companies for high-tech AI-enabled warfare. We are facing the unknown regarding AI. Some Israeli startups that make AI-enabled products are reportedly making selling points of their use in Gaza. Yet reporting on the use of AI systems in Gaza suggests how far short AI falls of the dream of precision warfare, instead creating serious humanitarian harms. Industrial scale at which AI systems like Lavender can generate targets also effectively displaces humans by default in decision making. The willingness to accept AI suggestions with barely any human scrutiny also widens the scope of potential targets, inflicting greater harm. The report of Lavender and Observer show us what current military AI is already capable of doing. Future risks of military AI may increase even further. Chinese military analyst Chen Hankui has envisioned a future battlefield singularity, for example, in which machines make decisions and take actions at a pace too fast for a human to follow. In this scenario, we are left as little more than spectators or casualties. A study published earlier this year sounded another warning note. US researchers carried out an experiment in which large language models such as GPT-4 played the role of nations in wargaming exercises. The models almost inevitably became trapped in arms races and escalated conflict in unpredictable ways, including using nuclear weapons. The way the world reacts to current uses of military AI, like we are seeing in Gaza, is likely to set a precedent for the future development and use of the technology. To summarize, as the role of AI in military applications continues to expand, its imperatives that ethical consideration are addressed and international norms are established to regulate its use. The potential of AI to transform military operations is immense, but it must be balanced with rigorous ethical standards to prevent misuse and unintended consequences. Thank you for being with me. Hit the like button, leave it a comment and subscribe this channel. And see you on my next video.